The brand new SwitchBot Lock Ultra is finally here, and in this video we are going to find out if it's the one to get, how easy it is to install, how does it stack up against the older versions, and most importantly, what are the hidden drawbacks you need to know about before you decide to spend your money on this. Hi, my name is Nick, this is Technic channel. Without any further delays, let's get into it. Let's address the fundamental question. Why would you even want a smart lock? For me, it comes down to three things. Number one, and this is the most crucial one, getting into your home without a physical key. As someone who has felt that stomach-dropping panic of forgetting my keys and even had a bag with my keys stolen once, the anxiety of being locked out is very real. The peace of mind that comes when knowing I can always get in, whether it's with an app, a fingerprint, or a passcode, is an absolute game changer. Number two, remote access. You can grant entry to your home even when you are on the other side of the world. This is perfect for a pet sitter, friends who arrive earlier, or for handling an emergency while you're on vacation. The flexibility is incredibly valuable. And number three, automation. Having your door lock itself when you leave and unlock automatically as you approach is those small conveniences that you very quickly can't imagine living without. For me personally, the first point alone was enough to make a jump. Alright, let's see what we are working with. I ordered the combo that includes the Lock Ultra, the Hub Mini, and the new keypad Vision. But for today's video, we are focusing on the heart of the system, the Lock Ultra itself. Inside the box, you get the lock, the new rechargeable battery pack, a few mounting plates and adapters, screws, and the manual. I opted for the silver version because most doors here in Germany are white, so pure white option would have been ideal. But silver is definitely a better match for my setup than the standard black one. The lock's body is made mostly of plastic, and while it doesn't scream ultra premium, it feels solid and well built. I suspect SwitchBot intentionally used lighter materials to reduce the strain on your existing lock mechanism. What makes SwitchBot systems so appealing is that you don't need to replace your entire lock or make any permanent modifications to your door. You just place this device over your existing keyhole. SwitchBot claims it is compatible with 99% of locks worldwide and that installation takes about 5 minutes. Well, we're about to put it to the test. Full disclosure, I used the previous version of SwitchBot Lock for about 6 months and then stopped using it for two main reasons. The first one is reliability. The adapter that turned my key would occasionally slip and the motor just didn't have enough torque to overcome the friction, sometimes causing the lock to get stuck. You can see here how this part that is supposed to hold the key slides with every rotation. Second, it was slow. The time it took to unlock was noticeably longer than just using a key. It sounds like a minor complaint, but those extra 3 to 5 seconds you spend waiting at your door get surprisingly annoying. SwitchBot claims the new Lock Pro has a more powerful motor and a completely redesigned mechanism. So my hope is that this issue are now a thing in the past. Alright, it's time to install. First I had to get the old lock off. For anyone upgrading, be prepared. This took me about 20 minutes, mostly spent carefully peeling the old adhesive from my door. A hairdryer and a plastic card were essential, followed by some rubbing alcohol to clean up the residue. Now, the actual installation of Lock Ultra was shockingly easy and a massive improvement over the first generation. I attached the correct mounting plate to my lock cylinder, tightened 3 screws with an Allen key. Number 2, slid the Lock Ultra onto it, and that was it. The in-app calibration guide was crystal clear and took me about 2 minutes. All-in-one physical installation took less than 5 minutes. And if you are starting from scratch, budget about 20 minutes to set up the app and hub as well. Okay, I've been living with this Lock Ultra for a couple of weeks now, and I can tell you This is the smart lock the first one should have been. First and foremost, it is fast and reliable. Just look at these two locks side by side. The difference in speed is night and day. The new mounting design is rock solid and I haven't had a single failed unlock. The motor is powerful, responsive, and the time from tapping the fingerprint sensor on the key part to the door being fully unlocked is now right on par with using a physical key. The major annoyance factor is completely gone. And one of my favorite subtle upgrades is the big physical button on the lock itself. You can now just press it to lock or unlock the door from the inside without fumbling with the knob. It's a small touch, but I use it constantly. And for my fellow Germans, I have fantastic news. The lock is powerful enough to handle our unique door systems, where the outside handle is fixed. It flawlessly performs that final turn to fully retract the latch, something many other smart locks struggle with. It just works. Another huge win is the battery. The old lock used obscure CR123A batteries that were a pain to find. The Lock Ultra uses a removable battery pack that charges via USB-C. This is not only more convenient, but also creates less waste. In the SwitchBot app, you can control a bunch of parameters. Like when the device automatically locks, do you want to hear a sound confirmation, do you want to set an alarm when the door is left unlocked, and many others. But one particular setting is the most interesting one: the speed of unlocking, which not only saves some battery, but also reduces the noise that the lock produces. Of course, no product is perfect, and SwitchBot Lock Ultra is no exception. First, the charging design. I love the rechargeable battery, but the USB-C port is on the battery pack itself, meaning you have to remove it from the lock to charge it. To their credit, SwitchBot includes a tiny backup battery so the lock remains functional while the main one is charging. Which is clever, but it would have been even better to put the port on the main body of the lock. Second, the door sensor. The little magnet that tells the lock if the door is physically open or closed is just as unreliable as it was with the last model. Half the time the lock gets the door state wrong. This doesn't affect the core locking function, but it means features like auto lock and close are effectively broken. And number 3, parental control. As a father, I wish that every device is child-proof, especially the one that is controlling the entrance door. Unfortunately, with SwitchBot Lock Ultra, the only option that we are given is to change single press to double press on the button itself, which is not optimal. So after all of that, what's the verdict? And honestly, it's a great device. It's a massive improvement over the previous one, and looking at them side by side, the old one looks like a gimmicky gadget from the 80s movies, whereas the new one is modern and polished. SwitchBot has clearly put a lot of work into improving the design, the mounting mechanism, and the motor. It is a fantastic choice if you are looking for your first smart lock, mostly because it fixes the biggest flaws of the predecessor. It's fast, strong, and reliable. The modularity of the SwitchBot ecosystem also deserves a special mention. You can start with just the lock and your phone, add a keypad for more options, or add the hub for remote control and smart home integration. You build the system you need. Despite the drawbacks, the core experience now is so good that I can only recommend it. The price is fair, the installation is incredibly simple, and it finally delivers on the promise of a truly keyless life. Alright, hopefully now you can make a more informed decision whether to buy this lock or not. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. A like under this video would mean a world to me, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I will do my best to answer all the questions I receive. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!